So now that we've set up our project, we can go on to create the grid. But before we do that, I want to show you a couple of things. So first of all, you might have opened up your QGIS and it looks something like this. Please collapse this because we don't need this tool. So please collapse the tools and then open grid tools. You can leave that for now. Back over here, oops, I need to stop editing this. I need to stop editing that because I want to show you something about it. Now this is our project domain, so just some things to note about this layer that I want to show you. One is you can set this layer to any color that you want. When you load external data into QGIS, it chooses a random color, and then you can set it to a color that you like. If you double click the layer, it'll bring you to the properties window, and then you can choose the symbology tab, and then if you click the color, you can change that to any color that you want. So we could go from hot pink, that color is hot pink, to lime green, another nice bright color, or any color that you want. You usually can just type in the name of the color. Let's say sky blue. See if it takes it. Yep, takes it. So you can put this into any color that you want, and then click apply and OK, and now your layer has been updated. Another thing about this shapefile is that it has it has two things that are specific to it. All right, one is it is set to your project coordinate system. And when you loaded your project, you set the project coordinate system to EPSG code 2223. And now every layer in here is also set to that. But be careful that all of your external layers are already in that same coordinate system before you try to start processing with them. Now if we open the attribute, so I'm going to right click this layer and open the attribute table, we'll see that this has just two attributes, FID and cell size. And also note there's only one polygon feature in here. See, only one polygon feature. That's important. Cell size is an integer, and you can only have one polygon in your computational domain. The grid cell size for an urban project is usually about 20 feet by 20 feet, but we make this one a little bigger so the project runs faster. At this point, I want to show you the project so you can see it. First off, I'm going to deselect everything so that goes back to the regular color. And then I'm going to load the aerial image using Quick Map Services. You added the plugin Quick Map Services during the setup. So if you don't see this, go back to the setup lessons and rework through this. We want the Google satellite image. So now a project domain should represent your area of interest of your study plus a buffer, or your area of interest in your study plus a watershed. You may need to, to represent the whole watershed above your project area. So your area of interest can be, if you don't have this nice polygon on your own project, that's perfectly fine. If you can open QGIS and you can navigate to your project area and set your coordinate system of your project area, you can build your computational domain into this layer right here very easily. So if I click Edit, I'm highlighting on this layer, and if I click Edit, I can add a polygon of any shape and size to this project area, and that can be the shape of my project. And I just need to set the cell size and click OK, and that could be the project domain. But on our case, we have this external layer so that everybody stays on the same page, and that helps me to troubleshoot when you've done something wrong. So that's why I will be using these external templates, and you will be using these external templates to follow these lessons. So with our external template, we will click Create a Grid and then External Polygon Layer. We need to set this to Project Domain. That is the layer we want to create our computational domain from, and we want to set this layer to cell size. And if you want, you can also align this data to your elevation raster. So if you have a really good elevation raster, go ahead and do that. It's a great practice. And then I'll click OK. And there is already a grid saved because this is the second time I've done this. So I'll click yes to overwrite the grid. It'll take about 14 seconds to compute the grid on this computer. Every computer will be different. Every computer will compute the grid at a different rate, and that's okay. Oh, did it 13 seconds this time. Okay, so cell size was 30 feet. This is the total number of grid elements, and if I click OK, the grid is now done. Now what this has done is it has copied our polygon into this layer and then used it to create our grid. And I'll turn my Google Satellite off now so that you can see that Flow2D has individual square grid elements. We only allow one size. They're always square, and they're individual square grid elements to represent your grid. So that's it for Create a Grid. I will go ahead and stop the video now.